dreaming a new horizon and a day it all came true. Keller Williams, you make dreams come true. Home sweet home, oh home sweet home, home sweet home.
You're tuned to Russ McClellan and Friends on the real estate show Home Sweet Home. Let's get back to Russ.
Today I'm with Gavin Johnson. Gavin, thanks for coming in today.
You know it.
And I have a couple of your kids out there hanging out with us. You're a family man.
I am. 4 kids, 5 and under.
You have married up. Congratulations.
Big time. Holy smokes, I married up.
Hey, you and Brooke seem to work I don't know how you make it look so easy, because I know from the outside looking in, you now have, what do you have? 7 with you and Brooke. You have 7 agents on your team.
Right.
You have an office located right downtown Leavenworth, the Alpine Home Group.
Yep.
In fact, if you want to look up Gavin on his website, it's kwalpinegroup.com, and check it out there. Now you're in Family Lines, and is it Family Lines Fly Fishing?
Yeah, so we're a fly fishing group. 1, we have the academy. 2, we have the nonprofit that just pours into fathers and their kids and creating spaces for them to grow together. So we have really kind of 2 sides of the coin. But regardless, it's just an incredible organization that has done a lot of great work for people. And here's one more thing I want to add about Family Lines is there's also a video series called Mending Lines, and that has actually spread across the country. There's a company out of Dallas, Texas that picked it up and has connections with a lot of other nonprofits throughout the country, and we now have 200 facilitators of the video series to facilitate conversations in homes and living rooms so people can get that same content there.
A digital experience.
Pretty cool.
Welcome to the real world of
Welcome to
digital.
COVID.
Physically enhanced, digitally ran.
Yeah.
Hey, so where are we at, man? In 2021, where's the Alpine Group heading? What are the goals?
Yeah, great question. So our vision is to enter into 4 vacation home markets throughout Washington State by the end of 2025. We are starting to strategically place ourselves in our second vacation home market now. We're starting to poke around and starting to lead gen out there. So we want growth, right? And not so much because I want to own the world or I want to take over. That's not the spirit of it at all. I want to continue to create opportunities in every town I plant an office in. Period. That's my passion. That's my vision. That's what drives me every single day. And so what's cool about our model though, is we know the client, right? The majority of our clients, 80% of our clients come from the greater Seattle area. And so we know those clients, we know the demographic, we understand our client and how they operate and what they're looking for. And then we can just replicate. What's cool about Keller Williams is they teach you how to create your model. And if that model is working, you should be able to pick that model up and plant it in just about any market and using those same strategies and tactics. And so we're moving in that direction. We've developed not only a team of agents, but we also have operations managers working full-time. And we actually just hired our second employee who will be an executive assistant that'll be joining us in a couple weeks. So the team is growing, we're blossoming, things are happening. Now, of course, we're in a really interesting time in the real estate industry, right? You have a lot of kind of pressure coming through tech. You have low inventory. I mean, the circumstances we're in right now are tough and tight, right? We're all just kind of throwing elbows to try to work our offers in there. Buyers are stacked up. Very few sellers willing to sell their homes for obvious reasons. Most people are willing to sell their home to make a coin, but then they got to turn around and spend it on something else. And so it's causing pause. But here's what I want to tell sellers. Make that upgrade. Don't be afraid to make that upgrade. Okay. If you want to make that transition in your life, it's for different reasons than it probably is for different reasons than monetary, right? It's probably because you want more bedrooms. It's probably because you want a bigger living room, or you want to be in a better neighborhood. Don't allow these circumstances to slow you down from making that transition for you and your family. If you're ready to make that change, The financial piece of it will work itself out. Don't let that get in the way of your decision today. It's a big deal. And it's right now, there's just so much money to be made on equity. You got to step forward and capitalize when you can.
Yeah, I mean, your Creating Opportunities platform is a great example of what Keller Williams is all about. And it doesn't always mean the same for every person. So whether you're thinking about getting into real estate or whether you're working at another firm, education is a good thing, right?
Totally.
Learning about new ways of doing things, even if you work for another firm and you have no plans of leaving, you might be able to take a nugget or two back to your home court.
Right.
You might be able to improve your life, your family's life, through real estate. We are very open at Keller Williams. Would you say that's fair?
Super open. And, listen, a lot of people fear competition, which is insane to me because competition drives a free market. It makes you better. It makes you more efficient. It makes you work harder, more productive, better customer service. You step your entire game up. Your ethos changes for the better when competition happens. It just does.
Yeah, and I believe it's a simple game. I've been doing it for a long time. And I think we tend to do this in a lot of things in life. We create limiting beliefs around hypotheticals.
Totally.
And real estate is not quantum physics. I'm pretty sure. It's not biology. It's not chemistry. We're not rocket scientists.
Right.
It can be intense and it can have an infinite layer of knowledge that you can always learn. I mean, I always say it on this show and in many places that all being a master or doing something for 30 years or 10,000 hours, whatever, however you want to look at it, all that really means is you realize you don't really know that much.
It's true.
And you just have to get humble in a hurry or life will do it for you, right? So
Yep.
My point of bringing that up, and your team and Michael Mock and so many other people that work with you are a good example of this. Anybody can do this business if you bring the right attitude and you come to work.
Totally. And it's hard, you guys. Like, don't get me wrong. You have to get up every day. You have to grind. You have to be purposeful with your time, intentional with your effort. It's going to take that. But if you're willing to put that time in, I mean, the opportunity is boundless. It's unreal.
And here's the thing that I've discovered. It's a simple truth. The difference between winning and not winning in real estate could be as simple as like opening a school combination lock. You only have to be 1 or 2 degrees off. You're very close, and
Right.
you're out of business. What we can do for you is help you with the combination.
Right.
That's all. We just help you with the combination because I believe, and I've seen it, that there's a lot of people that have tried real estate and it didn't work out for them. I mean, statistically, it's some crazy number, like 80% of the people that got into real estate didn't make it in their first year. But that's not their fault. Most of the time. I think
I agree.
Most of the time, and I will be guilty of this too in traditional real estate, even though I worked real hard at my teams before teams were even a thing over the years. But even when I was trying to reinvent it every day, I was missing stuff all the time, and people weren't doing as well as they could have if I was a better leader, or if I would have provided them a platform like Keller Williams, like Gary Keller did. Like that guy's a savant, right? Like, so he thinks very differently, and all we do is lean into other people's knowledge and then help replicate that for you. So if you're thinking about it, I mean, the Alpine group in Leavenworth is the perfect example of how you can plug and play. But like they said, it's an easy business to get into. It's a hard one to be successful at.
Totally.
You know?
And you'll agree with me, so I'm preaching to the choir here, but I think it starts with a mindset of abundance versus a mindset of scarcity. And we talk about it all the time. I know you bring that up all the time, Russ, and I'm a big believer in that too. And this is coming from a guy, I want everyone that is listening to this show right now. I was homeless for 2 years. I've hit rock bottom. I've lived at a mission. I understand what scarcity actually looks like. And I'm guessing everyone that's listening to this show right now that's thinking about real estate or maybe thinking about a change, my guess is you actually haven't been without. Even I wasn't without when I was homeless. All my basic needs were met. So then we have to ask ourselves, what are we really afraid of? If we know that if we end up in a mission homeless for 2 years, and you're listening to a guy on a radio talk about his basic needs, all of them, shelter, food, water, was all met in a homeless state in this country, you have nothing to fear if that's the case.
Yeah, and I think that humility, as you just displayed, it's very similar when I talk about going bankrupt twice.
Totally.
When I was bankrupt, my kids still ate.
They were
You
fine.
know, it's a beautiful thing about this country, right?
Welcome
There's
to
no debtor's
America.
prison.
Yeah.
I didn't get my arm chopped off. I went for it, employed a lot of people, and then the market shifted. I didn't, and I was out of business.
Right.
And all of these lessons that we bring to the table, and there's over 70 of us now in just 2.5 years, we all come from somewhere. We're all at different stages in life. We all have different sets of limiting belief. We all have different views on certain things, but together we can learn from one another no matter if you're brand new or you've been doing it a long time in real estate. The catch is this: you have to be open-minded. You have to be willing to say that it's not the same everywhere, right? Not every real estate company is created equal. I can promise you that because the numbers show it.
Totally.
And the numbers tell the story. Right. So what I'm doing and what I love about talking with you, Gavin, and everybody on your team is that once you feel it, once you really feel it, it's like if you've ever been in love, or if you've ever felt what trust feels like, or the emotional component that can help guide you past the fear. And that's what we try to do here every day.
Right.
So, I really, really admire your business, and I'm just excited to kind of, from the bleacher seats, watch what's going on, and happy to be a part of it. And that's the cool thing, is when you celebrate other people's wins, when you celebrate other people's accomplishments through gratitude and through appreciation, all of a sudden the universe has this weird way of kind of opening doors for you. And I know this. If you don't do things and you wait, all that happens is you get older. That's it. You just get older.
Well, the one thing I do want to say to you, Russ, is thank you for always supporting us and being behind us. And every step we're taking, I feel nothing but wind underneath my sails, not losing that step, but I feel like I'm getting that. Nothing but support behind us. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
Russ.
well, thank you. All right. I appreciate you being in here. Keep up the good work. I'm excited for you guys.
Keller Williams.